Hey beautiful people out there, well today I am going to make this beautiful girl for you all. So I had already sketched it, and here I'm going to use water paints that, as you know, is my one of my favorite paints among all. I really do like gouache also. I also like acrylic paints that I had used it often, but the texture of watercolor is very good. Like if you wanted to do a better blending, you can go for watercolors, and of course it's for the paper only. Like you can do on pages, you can do on canvas or cloth, but yeah, you can just go for it. But if you are like into more acrylic paints, then you have to of course have more skills of using acrylic paints. And also for gouache is also a different kind of paint, so different types of skills are required in different paintings. And because I know much more about water paint, so I often do watercoloring only. Here I am going to go from lighter to darker, and as you can see I always try to blend things up, as I told you before also. So yeah, I'm doing the same. And yeah, I really love the process doing it, and I always try to give my best. Also, the kind of shades which I use are always the minimal shades. And you know what, if you are into watercoloring and if you don't have that much shades available at your home or in your market, you can just buy the best watercolor with minimal shades. Because you know what, you can just make your own shades. You just have to know really something or a little bit about color theory. And if you don't know about it also, so what you can do is try to make more shades than usual, and try to experiment on different kinds of paintings. Or you can make a paper pattern where you can make different kinds of boxes and make different kinds of shades and add in those boxes, so that you can know how much shades you can go for if you're starting any painting. Also, if you're into watercoloring, make sure to make some like few basic shades for your painting beforehand. Like always what we used to do, we start with paints, the proper paints and this paper, and we don't have shades available right now, so we make shades right at the moment when we are painting. And because we are making shades at that moment, many of time our paint used to dry, and then we have to add water to blend it out, and that is a quite tricky and also takes a lot of time. So what you can do, you can make shades beforehand. Like take a palette and just imagine what kind of shades you want in your painting. Or if you have taken any painting or example from any app like Pinterest or from Google, so you can just watch those shades and try to make the similar shades by using your own mind, and try to create those shades on those palette with lot of water. And you can also make the darker version that and the lighter version of one particular shades. So try to make at least 10 shades beforehand, and if you will need more shades later, so you can just make it like randomly when you're painting only. But some shades are very important that can use for your painting, and that is very important for your painting, so you have to make it beforehand only. Also, there is this trick that I wanted to tell you. Is many of you will think that I often paint and it have lots of patches on my painting because I use water a lot. So let me tell you, watercoloring is very easy, guys. If you're into painting, you can just make those patches. It's totally okay. But remember to correct it later. Like if you're not pro, because I've seen many of painters, as I told you before, they start with efficiency from earlier only, and they make the paintings very beautiful from start. But what I do is I just blend something, and if thing doesn't work for me, I change the color or I change the tone of the shades. Like this I used to paint. So here, as I did in neck and my clothes, which I did in this girl's painting also, uh, is okay, but I changed it later. The shade I really wanted was something else, so I changed it, which you will see later. Also, you can add extra effect later on with black fine liners or black pens. Always use some ball pens, never use gel pens, because they can really destroy your paintings if ever it will come in contact with water. So it's better to use black ball pen. They are the best. And yeah, also you can go for waterproof markers or waterproof fine liners, because I don't have fine liners. I do use waterproof markers, but they're like okay to me. So yeah, you can just go for black pens. So yeah, if you really like my video, make sure to like, share and subscribe. Bye.